Hi everyone, so welcome to this message. If you're new, welcome. If you're turning, welcome back. I will be using my crystal ball, but predominantly I'm going to be channeling energy for this. I am getting a very specific message here, and I'm going to have a hard time putting this one into words because it's got some things going on that are rather abstract, which requires more. It doesn't require language to discuss, and unfortunately that's what we do in a video. We use language to discuss it. So for those of you who are energy sensitive, if you've been with me for a while and you trust me, open up, and maybe you'll get the meaning behind some of the energy that's coming through. So let's go ahead. The first thing that I'm seeing as I'm opening up into this space is I'm seeing a lot of faces, so it tells me that this is like a very particular type of guide collective that's coming through. And they do seem to be assigned to a collective that is awakening in a certain degree at this time. And the way that that's being presented to me is I'm seeing a lotus in the middle of them, and it's opening. And this lotus has light, and as I'm looking into the lotus, I'm seeing an eye. So someone's eyes are opening. So for some of you, this could be that you just started on your journey. For others of you, you've been on the journey for a long time, but you're understanding a new layer to it. So for example, for me, when I look at this imagery, what it makes me think of is somebody waking up to that conscious creator state, which people are on their spiritual journey for a very long time and a healing journey for a very long time before they ever reach that state. But when they are on that state, it's like taking that pill that you can't untake, right? Nothing goes back to the way it used to be. Everything's different, and you understand that. Yeah, anyway, I go into that enough in other videos. So I don't know where in the storyline this is for everybody. It might be in different places, but it does feel that there is a particular type of energy that is being brought forward through the third eye that is beginning to affect somebody's reality. This feels like an energy that goes to sometime in a very ancient past for somebody. It feels like prehistory. It feels like something, honestly, I have a feeling like I'm sitting underground now, and I have a feeling like I'm looking at a fountain, or I'm looking at some sort of receptacle made out of stone, and I'm seeing this like bright light, but it's not just a light. It's almost like the power of something has been harnessed, like the power of a star has been harnessed, and this energy is something that is traveling with like its caretakers throughout their lifetimes. And so this is a very specific message for a group or a small collective that was in charge of harnessing some sort of power for pyramid builders just came through. So I'm just going to say that. So you may be oh, that's why I'm wearing this. So you might be somebody who has, in this life, you really like to build things. You really like to make things with your hands. I wondered why I put this sweatshirt on. I think I've only ever worn this in like one video because I don't wear the sweatshirt often. I get too hot. Carhartt's good. Yeah, so this is a message that's coming through for the builders. You might have something about the builders inside your numerology, for example, or you might have something inside of your natal chart. You might just be somebody who's always gravitated towards carpentry or home remodeling. I don't know, that just gave me chills. That just really gave me chills. Someone here, it's like you're tapping into that energy again. And it's because of some sort of work that you know that you have to set out and you have to start doing. There's something that you have to build. If you build it, they will come, right? There's something that you have to build, and it may not necessarily be in the 3D. For some of you, this is like a construct in the astral. But for others of you, this is something that you are coming forward with some sort of expression about. So some of you, for example, this might be writing some kind of book about worlds that you know about. For others of you, it might be writing music that has it feels a little different. Whatever it is, it's a little different. We're talking about something a little bit different and not necessarily things that pertain to this 3D. For others of you, it may literally be painting the images of worlds or things that you bring forward that are almost like sci-fi. That's kind of how it feels. But whoever this is that I'm reading for, they want you to express and share the knowledge of this past place. Some of you may only have wondered, like, oh, am I remembering something? Because every time I do this type of art or I do this, it's always this kind of aesthetic, right? So it's something like that. Somebody here is starting to have the layers of their vision open up and they're remembering something. So this is confirmation for somebody. Again, don't forget my messages are usually confirmation. So if I'm telling you something you don't know, then it's not your message. It is for confirmation for somebody. So now I'm being given symbols, and I'm going to go ahead and go through these symbols. If you're new to my channel, these symbols aren't meant for tell you if it's your reading or not. The symbols just mean that if they are your symbols, to pay extra attention to this reading. So one of the symbols is a Black Panther statue. It's like a little black jaguar, Black Panther statue. And then I'm seeing an image of the seraphim. Oh, and the seraphim has something inside of it. It's like the eye, like what I'm talking about. Okay. And then I'm seeing these two like sentry statues. They what is that? It's like Babylonian, or is that Assyrian? Where they have like the lion bodies, but then the man face is not the Sphinx. It's like more of that Assyrian Babylonian style, like Persian. It's Persian. And then there's a white candle that somebody has kept that was from some sort of important event or important place, but they never light it. They never light it. Okay, and those are the symbols. So I think there were quite a few there. I don't know. I was going for a little while. Okay. Now I'm being told to take cards. Yeah. Yes, this is what it feels like. Like I said, it's almost like the harnessing of energy someplace, and then it's this like light that's coming out of this lotus, but then there's something about pyramids involved in that also. This one, it's cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting, and that's how I was feeling, like somebody had stepped into this place where they're understanding that they, it's this new perception about who they are and what they're actually here to do, or what they can achieve here. And it's that sort of initiation into that conscious creator energy. But I do feel for some of you, this is just the beginning of someone's journey also. So I do want to include that. But there seems to be this abundance of energy now. And this abundance of energy seems to be coming from the heart space, possibly the heart and the solar plexus. And as this energy is kind of like emitting out into the universe, it's healing something. There's something in there that's healing. And it feels a little uncomfortable as that's happening. The central sun, again, so both heart and solar plexus, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So again, something's coming back online with that scarab beetle. It's like the reemergence of something that was dormant for some time. This deck, let's see. Okay, so this is the theme of this reading. Somebody here, there's something that we are putting out into the world now that sacred eye has opened, and that has peeled back certain layers and certain disenchantments and illusions about our ineffectiveness, right? And now we're starting to see things in a different way. We're understanding we can't go back to the way that we want to, and we wouldn't want to, is kind of the energy that they're giving me. And now we have to go forward. And this collective of guides is coming forward saying, yes, this is a confirmation for what you're feeling. There is something you're supposed to create. There's something you're supposed to build. There's something you're supposed to remind people of. And it does have something to do with this energy, that seems to be the only thing that we have reference for is Egypt, right? But it's something much older than that. It's very specifically something much older than that. Interesting. It's interesting that just came out, that it's something much older than that, even though it referenced pyramid builders. So I'm not even going to question that. That's what I said. I don't know what else to say about that or where to take that, because that implies a lot. So here, one of the things that's happening inside of this energy is we have this above and below. And again, that brings us back to that idea of the manifestor, right? I am being drawn to this sort of dark cosmic egg that's being shaped by the negative space of these wings. And, wings help us take flight. But this negative space, if we look at that represents that the potential for everything is already there. The potential for universes. There's something hidden in plain sight. And whatever that is that's hidden in plain sight, it feels a little bit like this collective is trying to bring that forward. Okay, I'm being told to take cards from this deck. Let's see. I'm being told to take 2. Okay. And then I'm being told to take 1 from here. And 1 for the bottom. Oh, I just got all the chills. Okay, so the second card, or the first card from the second deck that we took was Kasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. And that's kind of how this feels, is like we're pulling from the memory field, from the information field of a time long past, about certain information that we're trying to bring forward, about the function of things, about the role of things, about something that we've built in the past, about something that we're building now. I can't really tell. I don't necessarily feel that I'm part of this collective, so I don't really understand how to interpret this energy, so I'm hoping it lands for those of you who this reading is actually meant for. Inside of this energy here, one of the things that I'm being given is that these specific beings, these guides, they are channeling to you information from this Akashic space, so from the information field. So whoever you are, you've been receiving massive amounts of downloads, and these downloads may have really put you in a position where now you're questioning the very things that you believed before. It may be causing a little bit of a faith crisis for somebody. Maybe you believed in something and you're realizing that you have to release that belief in order to step into this new sort of reality that's being shown to you. And we do see that a little bit with this. You go first, the universe will catch up, leap. And there's another message that's coming through with this, is that for somebody here, there is this thing that they're intending on building or creating or bringing forward, but they are a little worried that people aren't ready to receive it. I want to tell you that that is the fear of every single person who is doing something different. And it's not true, right? The community, the collective craves something different. And I've mentioned this in another channel. It's because there's so much out there that's fake, right? If you're bringing forward something that you feel deep inside your soul to be true and you're passionate about it, that's contagious. And people will listen. The right people who need to hear it will listen. And so, don't worry about that. If you feel that this is something that you're supposed to do, go do it, because this is how your soul is trying to express itself. That's how this information is trying to come through. Okay, I do feel that this very rocky, desolate, deserty sort of space, is how I wanted to put it, is important for somebody. For some of you, it doesn't even feel like it's here. I'll be honest. Some of you, it doesn't even feel like it's here. Okay, and then what we have there to clarify all these energies is the advice. So for me, this is advice that these guides are trying to bring forward. And this is eye of the needle intentionality, being very intentional. Again, we see that eye imagery there, and understanding exactly what direction it is that you're heading in with this, and understanding what it is that you want to accomplish with it. Not letting the fear, the whatever on either side kind of worry you, because this does feel like something that may take a little bit of work. But what's going to happen here is this. We have unmarked trail, right? Doing something different. And at the bottom, that unmarked trail leads to revelation. This is something that's going to open the eyes of a larger collective. And I don't know exactly in what context, right? This doesn't necessarily have to be spiritual. This could literally be, maybe you're a construction worker trying to build something new, or create something that you're going to get a patent for, that could help other construction workers. Who knows? It's just maybe you are trying to write a book on lost knowledge, and you have reasons why you believe that this lost knowledge is pointed to in history and in other findings. Whatever it is, this seems to be bringing about a revelation and a reclaiming of some sort of lost information or lost knowledge that the collective could genuinely benefit from. Some of you, it's interesting, this keeps coming up for me. Some of you, the idea of the architect is going to be very important moving forward. Okay. Okay. What am I pulling here? I'm pulling one more. It's this one. Okay. And then we have this, and it's the thread. So when I see this, what this is saying to me is that this is kind of what it is that we are trying to do, right? That's the hope the rainbow. It's the place that we're trying to get to. And right now it feels like somebody might be a little overburdened by this. It might seem too huge. And so this message is supposed to be a little bit of that thread to like help someone say, okay, no, I'm on the right path. This is what I'm doing. I think I can do this. And you absolutely can do it. Whoever this message is for, you absolutely can do it. You have a lot of energy here that almost seems like that pulling out, right? And I almost feel that this also is a version of a person's self that is coming from the darkness of the past, right? Up into this current incarnation. We have a lot of imagery like that. We see that here. We see that even in the background here, going through that Merkaba. It's this sort of remembrance that a person is going through right now. And this remembrance, again, it's both healing in some way, but it's also kind of inspiring somebody to take some sort of action that they are feeling their soul's guiding them to take. So I don't know what this is in reference to at all. Like this energy, I think it's going to manifest in different ways for every person. So if you're part of this collective, I wish you the best of luck in accomplishing this. This is really beautiful energy no matter what it's pertaining to. And if, again, it was this wild feeling of bringing energy forward that had been harnessed in a past time. So whether you were creating energy grids for the world, or if you were just building magnificent structures that brought out a certain type of energy in people, there is something here that's being remembered from a past. And you may be in a position right now where you don't necessarily know what to do with it. And so if that's the case, just understand that that information and that knowledge will come with time. You may be in a period where you're just gaining experience right now, and so that can be a little bit of a confirmation for somebody as well. But I do feel that a lot of you know what you're trying to do with it, and that you can absolutely be successful in doing so. So I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated for you, please hit that like button, and until next time.